Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I want to talk about my new Garmin Forerunner 965. And I'm starting the video off in direct sunlight here just to kind of show what it looks like in direct sunlight. And figure it's not every time. Let me clean this one up a little bit, but you can kind of see the difference of one versus the other in sunlight. Now this is in always on display mode, so if we turn it on, it's a little better. So now with the full sun exposure, you can kind of see what we're working with here. And I got a screen protector on here as well, but I just thought I would take advantage of that to kind of quickly show what that looks like. But anyway, I've had the Forerunner now for I don't know, close to 2 weeks, maybe week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that. And I thought I'd make kind of my early review of some sort and share my thoughts. So overall, I'm actually happier with the watch than I thought I'd be. I was very hesitant to get it just because I've been in the Fenix line for quite some time, and same with Instinct watch. Those have been pretty much my go-to watches for, I don't know, maybe the last 5 years or so. So first time kind of breaking away from it, was a little nervous, but happy to say actually it's pleasantly a good watch. My biggest reservations with it were the battery life and always having to the wrist flick, which I'm not a fan of either. But let me kind of first talk about the obvious, and that is the comfort. So this was the first most noticeable change I noticed from the Fenix and the Instinct, is the comfort. It is super light, super thin, and just disappears on your wrist. So it is a very easy watch to wear, to sleep in. It doesn't get hung up on like long sleeves like coats or dress shirts. It's just a very easy watch to wear. On the flip side though, it does kind of look very generic. I think like the Fenix and the Instinct kind of have a very distinct kind of beefy look. This kind of is a very subtle look, just kind of blends in with all the other watches. Like you can really spot a Fenix or Instinct from a mile away. This kind of disappears among the other watches. So but definitely a pro on the comfort. Display obviously is great. It is a AMOLED display, so very vibrant, easy to read, as expected. Obviously where it struggles is in direct sunlight. This Instinct and Fenix with the memory and pixel displays just perform much better, so that is going to be probably a con, but it is legible. It's just not as legible as like a Fenix or an Instinct. I mean, I took it for a bike ride on Sunday in pure sunlight, and I was able to see it, especially when you turn it on. It's visible. It's not like as visible like in the dark, but you can make do with it. So not the end of the world. Now, the most, I think, most anticipated thing I was worried about was the battery, and this is where I was actually kind of surprised. So my reservation with AMOLED screens has always been battery life. I just like the idea of having a watch that can go a long time, not have to be kind of worried about charging. So that was my reservation with going to this one, but I must say it's surprisingly not bad. I'm probably getting, I'd say, 7 days easily before I charged. It's going to, obviously usage will vary how often you play with your workouts, so it's kind of hard to put a number on it. But I didn't feel like, I mean, obviously it's nowhere close to the Instinct, but when I think back to my Fenix 7 Pro, maybe you're losing maybe like 3 days is what I felt like, maybe 3 or 4 day difference. Now what I've done though, and this works better for me, is, like I said, I hate the wrist flick. I hate that. So I found a watch face that gives a good amount of information in the always on display mode like this one, and that's just how I leave it. I actually turned off the gestures, I guess it's called. I turned that off, so it just stays like this all the time unless I touch it or interact with it. But otherwise, I found it to work better for me this way. So that way I can always see what I want to see without having to always like flick my wrist. And at the same time, I noticed that it was just, as you're flicking your wrist for just, day to day, it would just be coming on all the time. I felt like maybe that was hurting the battery. So this is how I have it, and it's been working well. Now I do have a screen protector on it. It's a hard one to protect because of its kind of roundness at the end. So glass is going to kind of protrude a little bit. You can kind of see this one, it's a tad too big, so dust has built up underneath it and kind of create that little white circle, but it still protects. But to be honest, it looks like I have some kind of I don't know if it's an air bubble trapped in the middle. So I think it's time we part ways with it. So off it goes. I'll just have to risk it. So let me wipe it down, get rid of the dust, and now you can kind of see, with kind of the sun in the way. So this is with it on, and so you can see it kind of disappears once it goes into the always on display. So, but yeah, so this display, great. Obviously there's no such thing as a perfect watch. These excel in sunlight but suck inside. This excels inside but kind of stinks outside. So it's a give and take. Maybe one day they'll make some kind of maybe like hybrid type of display that utilizes both technologies. Cost is good. Obviously it's cheaper than the Fenix or the Epix, which is the main reason why I chose this watch over the Epix, was because of cost. I think what, $300 difference. I just couldn't justify it, so I went with this one. But in summary, I think it is a great watch. I actually think it is a perfect companion watch to the Instinct. So I think, obviously, I'm trying to do the math in my head quickly. I'm trying to think if these two together would be cheaper than a Fenix. Probably not, but not too far off either, I would say. So I feel like instead of getting a Fenix 7 Pro, I feel like I'd rather have these two together. Perfect companion to let you do what you want to do. So this, I feel like, is my day-to-day watch. Wear it to work, wear it around the house, just kind of, just for every day. I mean, I'll wear it to work out as well. It's just a very kind of, kind of non-rugged watch. It's just easy to wear, kind of, on a typical Monday through Friday, office or go to work. This one I think is great for weekends or when you're going to be doing kind of more physical stuff, and that's kind of what I've actually done recently. So this weekend when I was doing yard work, I had to clean up some brush and just clean the garage. I actually put this watch on because I didn't have to worry about it getting dinged, smashed, cracked, whatever. I know this one can handle it. And then Sunday I resume back to this watch. So that's kind of how I actually do it now, is I will use this one predominantly most days, but then I'll switch to this one anytime I'll be doing something more physically active where durability is going to be an issue for me, and anytime I want to kind of just try something different for the day as well. The one thing I'll actually correct, and I thank you to a commenter on one of my videos, he mentioned, because one of the things I didn't like about this watch were the thick bands, but I never even noticed the stock one is tapered. So I went, as soon as I get these watches, I take the stock bands off and I put one of my other ones on, just because I prefer colored ones and just to change it up. So as soon as I got this watch, before I even put it on, I just took the bands off and threw on my quick fit ones. But this one is tapered, so it actually is much more comfortable than my quick fit 26mm ones. So I did actually buy some new ones in different colors that'll be coming soon, but just I would correct the record a little bit because I was wrong in that sense. But yeah, going back to the Forerunner, nothing more to add other than Am I happy with the purchase? Yes. I think this is a good, given that I already have the Instinct, I think it was actually a good move for me to get rid of my Fenix and move to the Forerunner. It kind of suits my needs better, lets me kind of use it better throughout the day, and I still have my trusty, you know, beastly Instinct 2X to use anytime I'm going to be going out, you know, doing something more rugged or going to go camping or fishing, whatever, right? You know, I know that I can go for days or weeks without battery or without charging and can bang it up. But yeah, that's it for this one. Overall, it's a 2 thumbs up. I'm very happy with it. So I'll definitely be keeping it longer. So I'll probably come back in, you know, 6 months or so and see how it's held up and how everything's working. But so far, I must say, I think it's a great watch. It is, I mean, very, outside of looks, I mean, it's almost like a Fenix on a diet, at least from my use case. It gives you all the stats, all the features that my Fenix did. I haven't really found anything. It's got maps on it, which is another cool thing. You know, that's a plus thing. So you still have maps. So if you're going to be going out to the city or something where you're going to be, you know, needing to check maps or something, then you got that as well. All right, well, this went longer than I thought, to be honest. I thought this would be a 5-minute video, but anyway, thanks for listening. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll catch you on the next one.